Miami-Dade County, under the leadership of Mayor Daniela Levine Cava, is moving swiftly to expand COVID-19 vaccine distribution to protect our community and move our economy forward. Vaccine supplies are currently extremely limited, and as the state provides more vaccines to the county, we are working hard to distribute them as fast as possible. Register for vaccine updates and get more information at miamidade.gov/vaccine. Get vaccinated, Miami-Dade County. It's our best shot for a strong, healthy community.
Good morning, South Florida. Welcome to another edition of UM's Frost Jazz Hour, right here on WDNA 88.9 FM, the home of Sirius Jazz. My name is Chuck Bergeron. Happy summer. Happy first show of June. Welcome back to all of you listeners, and welcome back to our fearless producer, Mr. Alberto de la Reguera, here from a major shoulder surgery that he's recuperating from, but he knows that the show must go on. So he's here, as always, putting together great music throughout the summer. We have a very special guest, and we have a room full of very special guests, so we're going to introduce you to a lot of people. We're going to have a lot of fun today. Our featured artist is the one and only John Hart, one of the great jazz guitarists in the world today. How about a hand, everybody, for John Hart? And now that we're getting to the end of COVID and we're starting to have some live audiences back in the studio, we're really going to start getting back to what we used to do. And we miss that very much, and it's great to have some real people in the room and interacting as well. And we brought some very special guests. With me today are 12 gentlemen who are from the University of Miami football program. They are student athletes, they are incoming freshmen, and they are currently taking one of my favorite courses at the U, The Evolution of Jazz. They're taking a jazz studies for non-majors course, and we've been working together every morning. And I'm going to have a great time talking with them after this, and I'll introduce you to a couple of them. But they're here, and they represent the U very well, and we're grateful they could take the time out of their schedules to come in and hear some live jazz and be part of what we do here in South Florida. So let's get this ball rolling, and we're going to feature the great John Hart on a tune that was once recorded by the legendary Billie Holiday. You all know of her. This is Yesterdays. John Hart, everybody. Yesterday's. Welcome, Mr. Hart.
Good morning.
Good morning. How nice to see you. Nice to hear you again.
Yeah, nice to play. Again.
Nice to see your face. It's been a year.
True. Got the mask right here.
No, save it. I think we're good and safe here. Sounds great. Thank you so much for coming on the program this morning. I also heard you a week and a half ago with Wendy and Nikki. That was great.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun to do that.
Yeah,
so it's so great that you're finding ways to play music and share your artistry with in the middle of COVID. So how's your summer going?
Yeah, we've all been trying to. My summer's going pretty good. We had a very challenging but pretty successful year, I think, at the Frost School of Music. Starting classes in person in the fall and making it through, and having the students learning and playing music together, and but I think we were all pretty spent at the end of it. So,
yeah, we deserve a
so
break.
I'm definitely kind of recuperating a little bit, and kind of haven't done too much so far.
Okay, terrific.
Yeah.
The only people that aren't taking a break right now are our guests here. These guys, for those of you just joining us, we have 12 of the freshmen from the University of Miami athletic department. The football team is here. And these guys, talk about a commitment. They take summer courses here, one of them being my jazz history course, and they get up at 4:45 in the morning and start working out. And they're doing all the physical activities at 5 and 6 in the morning before they even hit the classroom. So that level of commitment, we absolutely we appreciate that, we respect that, and we're grateful that you guys took a few minutes to come out and share some music with us. And thank you all for being here. And Dr. Stratton, thank you so much for all that you do for our student athletes and for our university. It's very much appreciated. Guys, we were talking last week a little bit about that gentleman that we identified as the most important composer in all of jazz music. What was his name? Yes, sir, Duke Ellington. We'd like to play something for you now and feature the great John Hart on a beautiful Ellington ballad. This is Prelude to a Kiss on the Frost Jazz Hour. Thank you, guys. How about it one more time? The great John Hart. Just beautiful, beautiful. I'm so happy that you guys were able to come in. I'd like to introduce everybody to at least one of our members. Romelo, would you come up here for a second, please? This gentleman has kind of been a little bit of the appointed spokesman of the group and an outstanding member of our class. I want to introduce everybody, all of our listeners. This is freshman wide receiver and scholar of jazz history, Romelo Brinson. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, what I supposed to be doing?
Well, say something. Why don't you talk about your experiences, your first couple of weeks here at the university?
I mean, my experience at the university for my first week, it been hard. You know, everyone just waking up early in the morning at 4:30 in the morning to go work out at 5:45, then going to class right after. You know, I mean, everyone just been working together. I mean, jazz, kind of like it now. See how you play. So.
All right. Good.
Where you from?
I'm from Opelika, Florida.
Okay. And all of our freshmen here are actually from Florida.
Yes.
Everybody from, okay?
Yes.
Terrific. And you excited to play for the University of Miami?
Of course.
Okay, good. And that first game is against who?
Alabama.
Okay, and what's the date of that?
September 4th in Atlanta, Georgia.
In Atlanta, right, at the Mercedes-Benz Arena?
Yes.
Big time, okay. Well, welcome, man. It's great to have you here and in our class and as a student, all of you guys at the University of Miami.
Thank you.
Thank you. Romelo Brinson, everybody. We've got a great freshman class, so look for them. We're going to do one more tune before we take our brief pause, I believe. Professor?
Caravan.
Oh, Caravan. Speaking of Duke Ellington and a great trombone player that worked with him by the name of Juan T. Zoll, this is a song called Caravan. Thank you very much. The great John Hart on guitar. We're going to take a brief pause for the cause. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes, so stay tuned for more of the Frost Jazz Hour. That's a short commercial break, but that's fun. It means more music for us. We're having a great time here this morning with the one and only John Hart, guitar professor at the Frost School of Music and one of the most incredible jazz musicians working in the world today. We are lucky and grateful to have him here. We also have some special guests from the University of Miami Athletic Department, and our storied producer is back in the house after rehabbing his shoulder, and Alberto is with us, and we're having a great time this morning, and it's fun to be back playing music in front of people and with no mask on for a second here. Professor, what would you like to play now? Oh, okay. Terrific, terrific. So guys, from my history class, you know, we talk so much about Duke Ellington. The next person we want to talk about is, he was an incredible bassist, but also one of the most important composers of jazz music in the second half of the 20th century. And he always attributed most of his influence to the great Duke Ellington. And the person I'm talking about was a bassist and composer by the name of Charles Mingus. We'll talk about him in class next week. But Professor Hart would like to play a tune that Mingus wrote a long time ago. This is called Nostalgia in Times Square by Charles Mingus. All right. Nostalgia in Times Square, the great John Hart. We had somebody else I wanted to introduce you all to. Is Philip still here? Did he slide into the back? The gentleman that just came in here a minute ago, he is a very recent graduate of the Frost School of Music, a tremendous musician in his own right, and also he is the voice of the Miami Hurricanes baseball team. He broadcasts many of their games, and our producer was lucky enough to finagle him into coming in, and Philip is going to be here hosting the Frost Jazz Hour often throughout the summer. So he is a man of many talents, and as I said, a recent graduate, and I wanted to introduce him, but he's probably already in the back working. Alberto, you've already put him to work, but we're grateful to have the wonderful Philip Caputsi, who will be with us throughout the summer, and maybe even longer. Is he coming in? Oh, here he is. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a hand for Mr. Philip Caputsi? I was just touting your accolades and the many hats that you wear, sir. And let me be the first to congratulate, because I haven't seen you since commencement. Congratulations on being a graduate of the Frost School of Music.
Thank you. Much appreciated. Yeah, glad I could be here today. It's been a great time at Frost. I'm going to be still here in South Florida. I'm actually in the process of moving up into a place in the North Miami area. But, going to stick with the station, still hosting the Latin Jazz Quarter right after this show. And I'm actually probably going to be hosting the Frost Jazz Hour for the rest of the summer at least, which will be cool. Yeah, I got a lot of different recording projects en route. Also, my quartet's going to be back here on July 15th, which should be cool. So, yeah, a lot of stuff in the works. Definitely a relief to kind of have the degree and be able to work on all this stuff that I've been thinking about for the longest time. But yeah, so grateful for the different mentors and people that I've met through the school. Obviously yourself, going back to when I was in the classical program, Ross Harbaugh, even John Hart, even the one semester that I had with him this past semester in improv really just opened up my playing. I had really never progressed as much as I did in that class in an improv setting, so that was really cool. Yeah, just, kind of being in Miami, it's not the first place that some people would think of in terms of a jazz scene, but especially for me with its kind of relationship to the Latin music side of things and that kind of community, it just opens up all these different avenues, and there's really always something going on, especially now, with stuff kind of opening up again and gigs starting to happen again. The sky feels like the limit, I guess I'll say, yeah. Yeah, I guess that's more or less everything.
Okay, terrific, man. Terrific. That's great. Yeah, lots of stuff going. I also forgot to mention that in addition to being a great bass player, he's also a wonderful cellist. So a man of many, many hats, many, many talents, and I don't mind saying one of the most musical and eclectic senior recitals I've ever heard. You showed off a wide range of your artistry, and it was a beautiful thing. And the weather cooperated. So look for Philip Caputsi in and around South Florida. Thank you, Philip. And once again, I want to thank the great John Hart for his artistry and his commitment to what we do at the Frost School and what he does. It's always an honor and a privilege for me to get to play with him. It's always very inspiring. I've known him for a very long time, and it's great that we have him down here. Alberto, great to see you back. Gentlemen, thank you all for coming in. I think we're going to close out our show with a little bit of a dedication to a recently passed incredible artist by the name of Chick Corea, who we'll talk about in our history class, guys, but someone who meant so much to this art form from the late 1960s on, and just a real loss for us all that the great Chick Corea has passed. But his music will live on and inspire the rest of us. And this is Windows to close out the Frost Jazz Hour. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Terrific, terrific. I think we have about 30 seconds left. I want to take one more opportunity just to thank Alberto de la Reguera for putting all of this together, our fearless producer. And how about a hand for our featured artist, the great John Hart, everybody. I'm Chuck Bergeron on the bass, and it's great to be back with the Frost Jazz Hour. And thank you one more time to the University of Miami Athletic Department. Go Canes!